Hello everybody and welcome back to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. Alright, so I've got a lot of work to do. I'm updating builds, I'm getting in there, I'm trying to get everything updated. And of course, today, in this video, I'm going to give you my new updated version for the Nightblade healer. This is called the Deathgiver build. And I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so let's go to the character sheet first. You're going to see my max magicka at 43,513. Max health. This is Destro Resto build. On Destro's side, 19,774. Magic recovery, nice, 1,861. And spell crits at 53.2. To the left, you'll see magicka at 54. Health allocated at 10. We are using max health and max magicka, and we're using the Atronach Mundus. Okay, and we are a vampire to get that extra recovery. Okay, on Resto's side, not much has changed except the health will drop down just a little bit. Max Magicka will go down to 43. Magic recovery, though, bumps up to 1976. And, of course, spell crit stays the same at 53.2. All right, let's go ahead and get into the sets. We're going to be using, Julianos and Spell Power Cure and Ice Heart's Mask. Well, let me go down piece by piece. Okay, so I do got to glyph this. I will do that here in a minute. Restoration Staff of Julianos, Nirnholm. I'm going to put increase on it. Why do I want to put Julianos on the Nightblade healer? Very simple. It's going to give me my critical values. It's also going to give me spell damage. That's going to increase my healing and my damaging effect, because keep in mind, Nightblades deal damage as well as heal. So I want to capitalize on both aspects. So I'm going to use the Julianos on this. I don't use a lot of support sets on the Nightblade healing. Why? Because the support from the Nightblade healing is in its damaging effects. Okay. Boom. Done. Okay. Lightning Staff, Julianos, Nirnholm, ideal, increase. Ice Heart's Mask, medium, max magicka infused. I want to keep the Undaunted passive of 6%. So I'm going to put this with the medium, and I'm going to get that extra critical resistance. That's going to bump me up to 53 point something. That allows me to use the Atronach. Why? For recovery and increase maximum values. So that's why I'm going to go with the Ice Heart to get that extra spell resistance. I'm going to also use a heavy Curse of Julianos. Why? Once again, maximize its resistance value. Okay, so heavy, infused, max magicka, ideal. Spell Power Cure, Epilots, divine, max magicka, ideal. Julianos Sash, light, divine, max health, ideal. Gloves of Julianos, max magicka, divine, ideal. Breaches of Julianos, light, infused, max magicka, ideal. Spell Power Cure, Sabatons, divine, max magicka, ideal. I have Spell Power Cure Necklace, recovery. Spell Power Cure Necklace, spell damage. Spell Power Cure ring, recovery. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the skills. Okay, Resto Bar. I'm going to be using Healthy Offering. Now, this is kind of a different kind of ability for the Nightblade, because guess what? It costs health. 5,000 to be precise. But offers a huge hot for 19,136 over 8 seconds. The biggest boon is the minor mending. Excuse me. When I do a heavy attack with the Resto Staff, I'm going to get major mending. When I use this ability, I get minor mending. That effect stacks. That is a huge increase. Now, I'm not going to spam this. This is something I want to use precariously. I want to be a little careful and use this in the moments that I need it the most. And it's going to offer that nice, huge, hot, keeping hot rotation. But if you keep your hot rotation up, you don't really notice the health, the health sacrifice. But you just want to be a little precarious if you're going to use it. If you don't want to use it, you can slot Healing Ward, Mutagen, any other effect that you feel comfortable with. But I do like the Healthy Offering for the minor mending. Okay, Healing Springs. Always use this on majority of my healers, along with Combat Prayer. I'm a healer. I'm going to buff, and more buff. I'm going to also use the Energy Orbs to help do what? Cover the Healthy Offering. So when I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice, I want to go ahead and keep my heals up as much as possible. This is also going to be used as a utility, recovering magicka or stamina to any ally that synergizes with it, whatever value is higher. I'm also going to have Inner Light on both bars. That's going to go ahead and increase my max magicka by 5% and increase my spell critical by 2,191. On the resto, I'm going to use the Reviving Barrier. Keep in mind, in the passive into support, I'm getting that extra 10% when I have a support ability slotted. Okay, back bar. Nothing too much changes on this. We're going to use Sap Essence. This is our big instant heal, especially with a lot of mobs. That's where the Nightblade shines. So the more mobs we have, the more we can sap them, the bigger the burst healing is we got. This is our burst heal. Okay, funnel health, our primary hot. We want this to go ahead, use this between our rotation. It's going to go ahead and heal 29% of the damage inflicted. That's why you want to use damaging sets as a Nightblade, right? Because you're going to go ahead, you're going to get that boost to your major sorcery for using this. You're going to increase the damage done to funnel health, and that's thus increasing the healing effect. Refreshing Path, this is our another hot that we're going to be using, and keep in mind we're also getting that Shadow Barrier passive that's going to increase our resistance when we use this ability. Okay? So we're getting a 25% bonus for casting it. That's going to increase physical and spell resistance. Also, we're going to go ahead and use the Ellie Drain to apply the minor magic steal. Once again, inner light on both bars, and then, of course, our aggressive Warhorn. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to glyph this, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab the dailies. I'm going to do Selene. I already did Fungal Grotto today. But I'm really liking this build. Nightblade healing is my favorite type of healer. Hands down, by far. I really like it. And if you need to use Purge or a Cleanse, you can take Healthy Offering and then take your Purge and slot that as well. Okay, so we're going to go with the Rapora. Okay. We're going to go Kuda. And I think I actually have to use it today. Or no power. Alright. There we go. Now, if you want a recovery glyph, you can do that. So, keep that in mind as well. Alright. We're looking good. Oh, champion points. Let's go over the champion points really quick. Champion points are very, 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 very important on Nightblade healing. Why? Because you're dealing damage and healing. Alright, so let's start off with the Apprentice. L4, 1208. Blessed, 12%. Why? Because we want to go ahead, take Elemental Expert up to 909. We're going to need a little bit of extra penetration because we're dealing some damage. Spell Erosion, 2388. We're going to keep 75 points into the Astronaut so we get that nice passive to the Butcher. So, but we're only going to take Staff Expert at to 1210. Master at Arms, 21.18. Yes, there are some dot abilities being placed, but keep in mind Sap Essence and Funnel Health are direct. That's why you want to put Master at Arms up that high. Thaumaturge, we're going to go 611 because we do have stuff like Refreshing Path, so we want to capitalize on that end. Ironclad, 1602. Hardy, 10.15. Elemental Defender, 1208. Light Armor Focus, 33. Thick Skin, 13. Bastion, if this is an optional for our barrier and any shielding effects that we want to slot on the offset. Quick Recovery, 707. Warlord, 1022, Tenacity 14, Arcanus 14, Healthy 707, Tumbling and Shadow Ward are both split at 904, and that is how the champion points are allocated. So it's really nice. I love Nightblade healing every day, all day. This is what I started off with. I'm a little biased when it comes to the Nightblade healer. I use every healing class in the game. There's not a healing class I have not played in Elder Scrolls. I've taken Nightblade and DK all the way up to the tops, up to the end game, so it is viable. I'm just going to grab Selene. Alright, let's go ahead, we'll queue it up. Remember, I'm pugging it, so I don't know what I'm going to get. I'm going to switch my role. Reapply my food buff. Now, if you wanted to use Sword and Board, because you can still use a monster set. Keep that in mind, guys. So I'm like partial to Sentinel because of the utility it offers. And sometimes I'll go Sword and Board. Why? Because then I can slot that extra monster set, go on the back end, and then use everything. But if you're going to do that, my suggestion is take Healthy Offering, put it on the back bar, because you're not going to use and slot it where Ellie Drain is. And then you go to Resto Staff, and then you can use for Siphon, morph it, and then you can get the Magic Steal that way. But it's going to be a long cost. So you can get the minor life steal at 1.15 seconds, and you can apply it on that side. So if I wanted to, I could put this on Resto side, switch out the abilities, and I don't have to use the Ellie Drain. Okay? Food for thought. Might have to queue Fungal Grotto. Jeez, where's the tanks? You know DPS is queued every day, all day. Not queued, because I switched my role. That's probably why, Mystic. Okay. Give it a couple minutes. If it's not queued within like 2 minutes, I'll queue Fungal Grotto also. Just trying to get in really quick. Nice thing. Very flexible Nightblade Healer is. Very flexible with skills when it comes to like using Restoration Staff. If I don't want to use Healthy Offering, you know, I can use that Healing Ward. Really nice. If I need a cleanse, I can go ahead and grab that Mutagen. If I need, you know, the Purge, I can go ahead and grab that down here. Grab that nice Purge. Get that cleanse going on. So there are a lot of flexibility depending on your setup. But the one thing that I'm partial to is maximizing the Nightblade's damage capability along with its healing effects. So that's why I'm very, you know, much into using something like Julianos, because I keep the critical value high, I'm dealing damage, I'm keeping healing spikes, I'm applying the Spell Power Cure constantly. That is very, very important. A lot of people are like, well, why wouldn't you use a support set? And I'm like, out of all the other healers, the Nightblade deals damage as it's healing. So if you go ahead and you take away from that effect, you're basically crippling the Nightblade. The Nightblade is not like any other healer. Now, you can go ahead and you can use stuff like Worm if you would like. That's completely up to you. But what's going to happen to your siphoning abilities, they're going to go ahead and decrease. Thus, if you're using an ability like Funnel Health, you're going to see a dramatic decrease in its potential output. It's really nice, though, because, I mean, when you get that nice buff, you're looking at that spell damage, 1774 on this side, 1784. It's pretty good. Those hots keep it up. Or, I mean, that was the weapon damage. Sorry, 2381 on spell damage. Keeps it up pretty high. Keep in mind, we're not getting that 20% either. That can be effective. Very flexible. Nightblade healers are very flexible. But, you know, when it comes to gear, you know, I'm always like I said, I'm just partial. I'm going to queue up the other one. I don't know what is going on here. So we're going to stay with that. We'll get Fungal Grotto 1. I really hope I don't get a Fungal Grotto queue. I just did that today. So a lot of people are like, Nightblade's lack burst heal. Though the sap essence isn't as strong on single targets, when it comes to mob encounters, it becomes the most powerful burst heal out of all the healers. So weak during single targets, Combat Prayer is a little bit more robust in those scenarios. But when you have a lot of mobs, Nightblades will get you through it without even flinching twice because of Sap Essence. Come on. Cue me in, coach. Now, by the way, if you don't have your Warhorn or you don't have a barrier yet, barriers is, you know, these things can be hard to come by because you got a PvP to get those. You can use the Soul Siphon. Okay, I used Soul Siphon for the longest time. Very powerful heal for Nightblade healer starting out. So if you are a Nightblade healer who does not have a barrier or Warhorn acquired yet, Soul Siphon, very, very powerful as far as an alternative heal. Very cheap, 150. Also, you can also use the Consuming Darkness, which is really great because it's more, the Bolstering Darkness goes ahead and reduces damage and also offers a synergy, which is going to do what? Heal over time. Very powerful as well. These are two very, very powerful healing capability synergies that are applied for Nightblade healing. So you can't go wrong in that aspect when you're starting out. I just used the barrier just once again. And if you do use the Siphon, keep in mind you're going to get that nice passive for Soul Sniper, increasing your healing done by 3% for each Soul Siphon ability slotted. Now in the past, I also used to use the siphoning attacks. If you need siphoning attacks, you can go ahead and get that. That will boost up, but with this build, I didn't need it. Why? Because that's why I went ahead and used the Astronaut and I used the Ice Hearts. I wanted that critical value to remain the same and I wanted an insane amount of recovery. Why? Because I'm using the Ellie Drain. Okay, so that's going to help me restore. So I took that into consideration with this build. But once again, Soul Siphon, it can be used. But I want my critical heals to hit. I want my damaging heals and damaging abilities to be able to crit. Remember, guys, funnel health is the biggest deal with this. It's going to heal 29% of the damage inflicted. When you deal critical damage, that spikes up as well, right? Very, 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 very important. Also keep in mind, when you deal critical damage, you're going to, increase your, what is it? Okay, yeah, when you deal critical damage, you're going to offer the minor savagery buff to your party. That increases stamina without taking away from base damage by 3%. So that's why I'm always saying Nightblade healers do offer buffs. They give minor savagery, right? They're also going to go ahead with the combat prayer, like every other healer, and apply that minor berserk, the minor resolve, and the minor ward. Those buffs are applied, right? Okay, I don't know what's going down here. I'm trying to get a kill. Jeez. Well, if I have to queue normal, we'll do normal too. Just to show you guys how the gameplay works. I don't want normal. Go figure. It's going to be one of those days. Sure. Still early, I guess. And Fungal Grotto 1. Boy, this is going to be a blowover. This is going to be a blowover. Easy. Just going to show you guys how the gameplay works. It's kind of why I want to do this. I was hoping for vet, to be honest with you guys. Alright. First thing you're always going to go ahead and do is lay down with the hots. Right? Buff up, use the healthy offering, then apply. Come on. You can do it. I don't think we have a tank. I'm really, really thinking we don't have a tank. It's going to be great. I'm going to get all the aggro. Come on, let's go. Oh my gosh. Go. Who's cute as a tank? If you're cute as it, do it. Dude, go. Go. Okay. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Jeez, but Jesus. I'm not the tank! Ugh. Okay. We're gonna give a little bit of barrier. Get those buffs up. Apply that Ellie drain, get out our utilities. This is where you can go ahead, then use the offering and stack it up. Oh my. I guess I'm the tank and the healer today. Who knew? Once again, barrier on large pulls. Just cushion it. Get those buffs out. Get the utilities. When that happens. When you need it, that's when you're going to go ahead and use that nice healthy offering. You can follow up with the combat prayer. That'll offset your sacrifice. So once I go ahead and do that, I'll hit up with the combat prayer. That'll cushion my sacrifice. Give me that minor mending. Okay? Alright, here we go. 1 second. Alright. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Nobody's hitting my balls. What's up with that? Congratulations, dude. All right, next. Don't really need anything. I'll just take the crab meat, that, and that. Alright, let's finish it up. Okay, that's pretty much about it, how you go through the Nightblade healing. It's pretty, you know, it can be a little tricky for beginning players, but once you get accustomed to it, it's probably one of the most funnest healers in Elder Scrolls, hands down. Very combatant, very up in people's faces. Key point to Nightblade healing is keeping hot rotation consistent. If you cannot keep hot rotation consistent, what ends up happening, because especially on single target, you lack some of that burst healing that the other classes offer. And that can make your healing rotation suffer. So hot rotation is very dependent on Nightblade. Also keep in mind, especially when using Manipulate Offering, you want to use that between your rotation and offset and stack your burst heal as a follow-up effect. So if I'm using the Manipulate Offering, I hit it, I go with the burst, bam, and it covers the distance. And then I get that nice minor mending, along with the heavy attack from the rest of the staff passive to the major mending, that's going to stack. All right, so I hope this build helps players out there, especially looking to get into Nightblade healing or are familiar with Nightblade healing and want to take it up to the next level. I'm Mystic Raven, the CSO Daily. Thank you guys for watching, and once again and always, have a nice day.